Howdy, everybody. I'm here to share some thoughts. I'm going to call this series of videos. I'm probably going to be doing a few in the next week. We just call it reflections. Reflections from the road, reflections from a rest area. Right now, this is going to be reflections from a rest area. It's as you head north on I-75 and you head west on I-10. I'm at the first rest stop that I noticed on the right-hand side. And I've traveled this region before in the past. I do like parts of this. Matter of fact, as I look over here, it's just so beautiful to my left. I didn't even look over there yet. A lot of trees, open areas. Looks like some type of nursery of some sort. I'm going to sneeze here in a minute. Sorry about that. Ooh. When it comes, it comes. There's not a whole lot of warning period. Usually I sneeze twice, so you're lucky for you. I don't have to sneeze in this video twice. But so it's weird. Like I was so stressed out about getting everything packed up, getting on the road, and going through all that St. Pete, Sarasota, Sarasota, St. Pete, Tampa traffic and stuff like that. I was just not digging it, especially not during the daytime. I like to travel at night. That's when I feel most comfortable. But in a way, thus far, I'm a little over the halfway mark to my destination. And so far, it's been pretty good. It's not been stellar or anything. Nothing great to report. But I will tell you some of the things I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. You know, like when you get out of the congested city area, like Tampa, St. Pete, and all that stuff. I mean, the St. Pete area is really nice, and that Tampa area, because there's a lot of waterways, there's a lot of beautiful sites, like for the water, but it's just so damn congested. It's ridiculous. But as you get further north of that and you start heading towards Ocala and stuff like that, it's really well known for farm country and horses and stuff like that, and the pastures. And so as you start to get out of that, it's weird how your blood pressure just it just reduces is what I almost said subsides, but it reduces basically is a better word. And then you start to see pastures and you see horses. There's something about the Ocala region. I forget I think it has something to do with minerals or phosphorus. I forget what it was, but there's something about that region of Ocala that makes raising and breeding horses so desirable. So you see a lot of that type of farmland around there. Like I said, something about that soil or whatever is very in high demand, so to speak. So, as I'm traveling north, I see a lot of that. Then I see like cow pastures and just open land on both sides of the interstate. And then you're heading further north. Now you see these big, beautiful fields of these round bales of hay. And you're starting to appreciate nature, what God put it here for, right? For those of you, that have those beliefs. And I'm looking around, I'm seeing all this beautiful nature. And there's more to see in my future adventures. It's probably not going to be a whole lot in the next week or so. After that, I'll probably be able to show you some primitive campgrounds that are beautiful and maybe some state parks. I don't know. But it's weird. I have so many reflections and thoughts. I always do my best thinking while I'm driving behind the wheel, as long as it's not a short trip and stuff like that. Initially, the initial leg of my trip entailed my mother with dementia calling me about 40 times this morning. So I tried to send her a message to, not send her like a text message, but talk to her, remind her I'm driving, you keep calling me and it's very unsafe. So for a while now, I have not heard from her. Currently, I have this phone on airplane mode. I do anticipate hearing from her sometime soon. I'm trying to get, like I said, I'm a little over halfway. I would feel more comfortable if I banged out another 150, 200 miles. There's no sense of urgency for me to get up early because the only thing I really have on my plate tomorrow is to get a storage unit. Most of those places don't open till 9 or 9:30. So I have some thoughts how I can kill some time tonight. My cargo van is filled to the brim. And basically, I'm going to have to sleep across the two bucket seats. I put a cooler between to kind of make it somewhat level. It's not going to be the greatest solution, but that's what that is. But the reflections from the road idea came to me when, like, literally 20 or 25, 30 miles down the road, reflecting on my life, right? And where things went wrong in my life. And I know where, when, and why. I just don't understand the why. Why? I will tell you, I'll do more reflections, either from the road or from a rest stop or whatever. But it has, all these R words: reflections, road, rest stops, relationship. So I can tell you honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I put all my trust and faith in one human being and shared everything about my life, anticipating a future with this individual. Everything seemed rosy for about a year or so. I don't even remember. I don't document the times or anything, but a lot of stuff all of a sudden turned overnight. I can tell you, we never had an argument. We always got along very well. And at some point in time, her older brother, who was considerably older than her, who was blind, had a serious injury in Philadelphia, and later succumbed to his injuries. They're not sure if he was assaulted because he was a blind man, or just took a fall or what have you. That was the last I heard of that. And then I'm going to call this person Maggie, just to protect the identity. So Maggie became very distraught, very isolated, very much changed individual, and this went on for a long time. And this person lived in Delaware, and I was living in Florida. I did not have the financial capability to go comfort her. I tried to do everything to the best of my ability from afar. She was financially secure, still is probably. And after that, it just never worked out. Eventually, she terminated the relationship without any explanation, zero explanation. And when that happened, I was a very confused individual. I'm still confused to this day. You can make all kinds of assumptions and this, that, and the other thing. And I lost a lot of sleep. I lost 30 pounds because I got an ulcer worrying about it. It was an ugly situation. And I tried to address it and be professional and mature. But the one thing that tore me up inside was I never got an explanation. Never got an explanation. We never argued. There was never a disagreement. All of a sudden, one day it's done. So I, try to address it like a mature adult. And I realized that was not working. I tried to address it a couple other ways. And over time, I felt very violated. Because never in my life have I ever given so much trust and faith in one person. It totally exposed my inner self and shared everything. Never in my life have I ever done that. I did it then, only for that trust and faith to be violated without explanation. So, after that, I was very disappointed in life and business, where I had become so close so many times, that old dangling carrot, that I began to make some poor decisions. Financially, I made some poor decisions, trying to pull myself out of a slump. And it has, hopefully these tractor trailers are not too loud, picking up too much negative sound. But that's when basically my life turned. And that was, man, let me think about this. It's been a while now. Separation happened probably 11 years ago, somewhere in that ballpark. I don't remember the exact year. But listen to this. This is where it gets tormenting. So I try to recover, and out of the blue, I get a text message from Maggie. It's not a real name, but that's the one we're going to use for this video. Reaching out to me, and I thought it was a freaking joke, because it was over 10 years. I'm like, there's only a couple reasons she's reaching out to me. One, to tell me she's getting married, or tell me she's dying. There's no other reasons. Why would she be contacting me? And basically she said, I reply, I forget how it went exactly verbatim, the exact order, but basically I'm like, why are you contacting me? What's your message? So I'm thinking, okay, maybe she found out she has cancer and she's dying, and or something like that line. So I'm trying to give a little bit of grace to this ungraceful situation. And mind you, I was driving when I received this, so I had to pull over and try and digest. I didn't answer initially I did not answer for probably over an hour, because I didn't know how to receive this, because are my nightmares going to start all over again? And so we later, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 hours later, I responded via text. Sorry about the tractor trailer there. This is what you get when you get reflections from a truck stop, or a rest area, not a truck stop. Reflections from the road, whatever you want to call it. And so I'm trying to figure out, like, what's her purpose? We haven't talked in 10 years. Why are you going to derail my life one more time? That's what I was thinking to myself internally. So trust me, at that, 10 or 11 years prior, we talked about a lot of things. Future in Florida, future in business, a lot of things. And It never happened, obviously. But it's hard for me to look into the camera. It really is. So if you see me, my eyes wandering up, it's because I'm ashamed of myself, to be honest with you. And I'm looking you in the camera as I tell the God's honest truth. I'm ashamed of myself because I let myself become vulnerable by trusting another human being. That's one thing I'll never do again, is trust another human being. It's done. It's gone. But so that's my current feeling. So we started communicating a little bit here and there, and I wasn't sure she definitely said sorry, or I forget how she said it, but basically it was sorry, whatever. So I didn't know how to handle that. So we proceeded to talk more on a daily basis. I started to communicate more, and I don't know why she would do this to me, but I felt like there was a sense of reparation of the relationship, which deep in my heart, my inner self was telling me, don't be an idiot. It's not going to happen. But I don't know why she would reach out after 10 years. Why would you reach out and all of a sudden try and become friendly when we could have addressed this 10, 11 years ago? Or, 10 years ago. There's a crow over here, just like what I like to see when I'm talking about my past. They say the crow and the raven are a symbol of death. How poetic is that? Yeah. So anyway, we started communicating, and then one day I don't know, she says something. Do you think of me more than a friend or something like that? And I said, I don't know how to respond to that, but obviously we've rekindled a connection that you initiated. And she goes, no, we're just friends, or something like, I don't know, something stupid. So basically at that point, I just squashed it. And I have my feelings on that. Maybe one day when I feel more comfortable. Hey, dude. Hey, relax. I'm talking here. So I pretty much squashed it, and then I went back into a funk again, back into the same nightmares. And I just don't know. I don't know why somebody would do that. It doesn't make sense to me. Hold on, I got to take care of a problem here. Hey, get the hell out of here. Get. I had enough of you. Get out of here. Don't call Peter. I just scared him off. Damn. But so that's that, man. It's like crazy. Like, I have so many reflections while I'm traveling. I was like, man, this could be a good series, It's not always going to be positive, but this is what it is, Reflections on the road, reflections from a rest stop, reflections from a black crow, reflections from a raven. So I'm going to continue on my journey. Hope to talk to you guys soon. Today is the 17th of October. This probably won't be released until the 18th tomorrow sometime. I'm going to continue on my journey, trying to stay positive and trying to, when I can, make a difference in the world with the little bit of ability I have to do that. But I figure if I can share a life or my story in some way, maybe that'll help somebody. Not really helping me a whole lot, but I had suppressed those thoughts for a long time, and the reflections came back today. So this is it. Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors, Reflections from a Rest Stop.